You're alive. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see two people. Remember to give a thumbs up as you come in. Welcome, welcome. Remember to give a thumbs up. It's a new month. It's a new month. We want to be thankful that we're still here. A little bit early. 4 more minutes. Thanks for joining me. Please stay with me. Hope you had a great day today by choice. Okie dokie. 3 more minutes, guys. 3 more minutes. Remember to leave your comments. If you have questions. All right, thanks for being with me. Don't know who you are, but thanks for joining. 2 more minutes and counting. Hey, Joshua, welcome. Joshua said, big up. All right, Joshua, big up, Joshua, big up, big up. You're here, Joshua. You're the first. You're not, yeah, you're blessed. Of course, Joshua, you're blessed. We are blessed. We got to claim our blessings. I love it. How was your day, Joshua? Oh, no, Joshua. Oh, my goodness. What happened, Joshua? Did the city help you? Is the city helping you to find somewhere? Because I know you're in New York. Wow. Oh, no, Joshua. I think, though, they will help you. Um, they usually are good at that. I know my sister is a social worker down there, and they help to find housing for people. So see what will work out for you. All right, so it's now 8 o'clock and 7 o'clock. Sorry, it is 7 o'clock, and Joshua, I wish all the best for you. Um, don't know why my glasses on. So tonight, guys, as promised, we're gonna start promptly now because I know people will watch afterwards. So I'll just present my message about infidelity. And this was a topic that was selected by one of our own members, Miss Ruby. If those of you who were on the live last week, you saw that she mentioned about something about infidelity. She's in the process of getting married in a few days, 3 days, and so this was something that she wanted me to get into. So I did some research, read up some things, and tonight I just want to talk briefly about infidelity and what it is. I'll also make some reference to Bible passages that talks about it, and I will give some ideas. Remember, I am a teacher. I did major in behavioral sciences. I have a bachelor's degree in behavioral science, um, but my master's degree is in education. So when we talk about fidelity, it says, what is fidelity? That's the first thing we want to know. What really is infidelity? And so we can say that infidelity is any action that violates the agreement between two people, which harms a relationship. So if it's a marital relationship or just regular boyfriend girlfriend relationship where you have made commitments, then any um, infidelity can happen in different forms. So some friendships graduate into an emotional connection, right? Sometimes you're talking to people and you find that you have so much in common, and so it creates that bond between you. And sometimes that bond it becomes, you try to make it a secret. But when we talk about infidelity, we right away think of sexual contact with someone other than your spouse or the person you are committed to. People, as soon as they hear infidelity, oh my God, they think it's just somebody had um, relations with somebody who out of their marriage. But we must remember that emotional infidelity is also part of it, because so many times people are quick to deny they're cheating because sex is not involved. Um, and they will say, I didn't touch the person, I didn't cheat on you. We are just good friends. But we have to remember that whether it is sexual or emotional, cheating is giving something away that was vowed to, reserved just for your partner, right? Your promise to be faithful, your promise to love and honor and obey, your promise these things. And so, whether it's emotionally or sexually, infidelity is just a hard thing. So infidelity is very hard to overcome, right? It's a tough situation. For me, I always say if my partner is even selfish, that means they're not giving, they're not quick to share things. Um, as long as I'm working and I can provide material things, I don't need to get frustrated and walk away from my relationship. um, But if they cheat, it's a different thing. When my husband cheated on me and he went to Jamaica, had got a girl pregnant there, I didn't even think about forgiveness. I didn't think about talking about it. I just wanted him out of my space. And the only thing I could say to him, pack your things and go. I didn't want arguments. I didn't want lies. I didn't want excuses. I didn't want anything. I just said, pack and go. um, So I told him to leave now because living with someone with cheating tendencies, it makes it hard for you to trust them even when they are telling the truth, right? So there are many causes for infidelity. What, according to people who have done researches, the biggest cause is a sense of emotional disconnect. People feel unappreciated, people feel unloved, people feel ignored, and people feel insecure. And when these things happen, you find that people just start drifting apart. There are some who just do it for the thrill, but cases differ. Some believe that infidelity is the result of a loveless marriage. Some believe people rush to get married and know um, feel trapped. They can't get out of it. But many believe that infidelity is just failing to work out relationship problems and the lack of good communication, good open discussions. So many of us, we don't want to talk about some things. We tip around them. We don't want to explain that something hurts or something, I didn't like how that sounded. They don't want to have open communication. They just avoid things, they shut down. And then if there's no communication, and then people feel ignored, people feel like nobody cares, then they try to go elsewhere to find that support. So, cause number one for infidelity issues: lack of emotional fulfillment. Sometimes we work so much that we forget that we have people at home who would like to sit and talk with us, that we don't have time to sit and have a meal together and have good conversation. um, Partners will start confiding in somebody else, because if you're not there, you're gone all the time, you don't have time, oh, that could wait, and you keep going. Then what your partners do, they find people who will listen to them, who they can have good conversations with, and you find gradually the bond becomes stronger. A lot of times it happens at their workplaces, and you have people there who are ready to, oh, you can talk to me whenever you want to, oh, I'm always here, and you find that comfort in them, and so you start drifting from your relationship. Communication issues, we said before, is a big reason why infidelity happens so often. When people struggle to express their needs and emotions, misunderstanding arise. We must be open. Do not be ashamed or afraid to talk about everything. Everything. Nobody can read minds. You have the words in your mouth. So speak them. Just speak so people can understand what it is that's bothering you, or what it is you don't understand. Just speak it. Running away from problems. So many infidelities happen in workplaces where sympathetic co-workers offer their shoulders to lean on, and that is the beginning of trouble. Some are happy to listen to your problems just because they are looking at what your husband makes and feel that if that funds come over to them, oh my goodness, how great it would make their life be. So they know what they want to get out of the situation. So, of course, they're going to go all out to be that supporting person, to be that good listener, even though they know if this was something different, they wouldn't be able to even tolerate the behaviors of the person. Then we look at alcohol. Alcohol or other drug addictions, right? Addictions make people lie, they cheat, they steal easily, right? We know that too much of the stuff causes people to lose their shyness and allows them to behave out of sorts. Some do impulsive things when they're under the influence, leading to infidelity, which they later regret. A lot of times you hear people in relation, I was drunk. I mean, we were just sitting talking and we had a few drinks and then it just happened. You know, you watch the TV shows and you hear the excuses and you hear all of those things. So we are not perfect human beings, but situations can arise where if we are not careful, we're going to fall into that trap. Unfulfilled sexual desires seems to be the biggest. Research claimed that 52% of people who were dissatisfied with their sex lives are more likely to give in to outside attractions compared to 17% of those who were satisfied. Some people claim their sex drive is too high to be handled by just one person. So I'll say this to you guys: when you're courting, when you're going through the phase, um, you have to listen when people talk to you. You have to observe people's behaviors. All of those things should not be overlooked. You need to understand that if this is what the person is saying, if this is, don't take it for a joke. You have to be understanding that if they're telling you who they are, then don't get caught up into it and get married and then all of a sudden you can't handle it and you start complaining. People are people, and people will tell you during your courtship years what they like and what they don't like. If you hear them saying things, think about it. Can I handle it? Is it going to be too much for me? Or do you think that, oh no, I can change him, I can change her, and then you get caught up into it and find you cannot change people because people are who they are. Sometimes people pretend, and then once you get in then it's too late now to get out. So, um, the next, it says that I was visiting you once or twice a week and talking about it. Okay, so this is what I was saying, that what they say to you, how they behave, is who they are. Um, if when they tell you they want it all the time, means when he or she is under the same roof 24/7, it will need to happen. Don't think that when they tell you, "Oh, I need it every day. I have to have it every day," and you laugh about it, thinking that no, when we're married, it's different. I'm controlling this. No, you can't, because it's going to create problems. So note conversations and think seriously about whether you can manage the demands or not before you commit. Do not jump into things and plan to change people after marriage. It can cause much heartache and end up in a lot of infidelities. So let's look at what the Bible says about infidelity. Genesis 2, verse 22 says, "A man should leave his mother and father and hold fast unto his wife, and they shall become as one." They shall become as one, right? So that means you cannot go out there and bring in other people in your marriage. Your marriage, the Lord in Genesis 2:24, it says a man should leave his mother and father. Didn't say to bring them into your relationship. It said to leave them and hold fast to your husband or your wife, and you shall be as one. Hebrews 13, verse 4 says that the marriage bed should be undefiled, for God will judge the sexually immoral and adulterous. That is their take on infidelity, right? You should not go out there and bring that in to your family. 1 Corinthians 6, verse 18 says, we should flee from sexual immorality. Every other sin a person commits is outside the body, but a sexual immorality person sins against his own body. That's 1 Corinthians 6 and verse 18. And then Matthew 5, verse 8 states that everyone who looks at a woman with lustful intent has already committed adultery with her in his heart. Just looking at a woman. A lot of you men, you're walking with your wives, your nice, beautiful wives, and you see, and yeah, the wives, they might change now because, it's how life is. Changes do come. But your eyes are roving, you see, you don't even know their character. You don't know what they have to offer. But your eyes are roving, looking just at the flesh, just looking at just an outward appearance. While you have somebody next to you who is committed to you, who has supported you, who has done so much, taken, bless you with children, taking good care of your children. But you're still looking. You're still looking at just looking. Has nothing to offer, but you're looking because it looks good. And at this point, I just want to interject with a story that a pastor told some long time ago. Was it a pastor? Who were at a crusade, and they said this man, very selective in who he wanted to marry. Went to church the night, and this beautiful lady got up and she sang. She had the voice of an angel. She sang beautifully. And he decided that, yes, this is who I want to marry. She looks good. She can sing. That's who I want to marry. Didn't know about anything else, but he wanted to marry her. So they got married. And as in the church, you have to marry the puss in the bag because you cannot indulge until marriage. So he got married on the night of their honeymoon, the first night of their honeymoon. He went in the bathroom to change, and she changed. And as she came back into the room, she started taking off the hair and she put it to the side. And then she took the teeth out and she put it to the side. And she was just taking off all the things that were false, all the things that she had on that made her look the way she looked. And when he realized, when he looked at what she had married, all he could say to her, sing, sing, just sing. Because a lot of times they say we marry because of what people look like. We don't marry how people make us feel inside. Sometimes we hear how harsh people would talk to us. Shut up, you have no sense. Nobody did ask you for button. They put you down so much. But then we still search forward and get married thinking that, oh, well, things will change. People who put you down before you get married will put you down during your marriage. It's who they are. People who have these egos that they feel like they're better than, and your family doesn't count and it's all about them. Don't think that changes when you get married. So just understand that when you are getting married, it's not just two of you, it's three of you. It's Christ, your partner, and you. It's three. Don't ever think it's just two of you. A lot of us pray, ask for partners, but we want to tell God who we want. And even when God provide a humble person for you, for us, we don't want that humility. We want something more. And the something more is going to bring heartache and pain. But we don't want the humble, we want something more. So when we ask God for a partner, let us ask him for somebody who we can grow old together with. Ask for somebody we can grow old together with. Not somebody who every day telling you, I love you, and it means nothing. It's redundant. But somebody who respects you. Because respect means there are things that they won't do to you. So then Proverbs 6 verse 26 tells us that the price of a prostitute is only a loaf of bread, but a married woman hunts down a precious life. And it's true. Prostitutes that make you feel good for 2 seconds, you pay them, they're gone, but you carry all that chaos with you forever. Your wife finds out, it messes up a good relationship, a relationship that was built from the bottom up. You work hard, you build together, and now you're doing well, and you walk out there and you do the wrong thing and you end up losing out. And then Matthew 19:4-6 talks about what God has joined together, let no man put asunder, let no man separate. And then Malachi 2:13-16 says, he also commits adultery. He who commits adultery lacks sense. He who does it destroys himself. But now let us look at what Isaiah 4:1 says. And this is the one that I looked at it, because then he says that, and 7 women shall take hold of one man. In that, wait, I'm missing a page here. Okay, so I'm missing a page. But that part of it was kind of interesting for me, because I remember in olden days when one man was marrying 5 wives, and the 5 wives all served their different purposes, and they seem to be happy. In today's world, you find that so much is going on with the young men being in prison. They're into the wrong things, and women it's hard for them to find a decent person to call a husband. And it's rough, and it's rough. But let us continue to pray, because it's in prayer that God will open doors for us. So finally, it says that when infidelity happens, it takes time to heal. And it all depends on how much you are emotionally connected, how much communication, um, and personal resilience, and a willingness to forgive and move on. Many people look at material things and decide that they will stay on because it would be tough to start over. Some claim they stay because of the children. Some, they own, as we said, material things, they own homes together. And I had a friend years and years ago, and he was with a young lady who ended up with two kids for him. She was in church. She wanted to get married. He is asking her, "What do you have to offer a marriage?" It ended up that because they had bought the house together, she's not leaving until she gets her half of the house. He's not selling the house because he won't be able to buy another home like the one they had. And it was just the push and pull, a lot of arguments, a lot of contention, a lot of frustration. Eventually, she walked away because she went back to school, became a nurse, and she walked away, and she rebuilt because she was young then, and she rebuilt and did very well. So there are many different things, even when infidelity happens, where people are stuck together, and sometimes they're stuck together, and every day it's turmoil. It's a lot of anger. It's a lot of unnecessary anguish. So you have to decide what you will do in the event that you're in a relationship or in a marriage and somebody um, walked out of the marriage. Um, so again, some stay because of the children, but sometimes children in toxic environment it's hard on them. Emotionally, it is hard for them. So let us understand that we're making decisions, but the decision, it shouldn't be all about us and how we feel and what we want. If you're in a thing where kids are involved, and you have to make sure that those kids are emotionally stable, that they are in a situation that is not violent and toxic and ugly, and people are bitter, and but they're in a space where love is being expressed. And even if there's no the hugging and the this and that, but there is respectful conversation, and you can coexist in a normal fashion. So again, recovery will take some time because trust has to be rebuilt, emotions processed, hurting mended, and many go out and seek professional help. Then we have to have open communication and a supportive environment that will truly help to rebuild. So again, there is the risk factors of infidelity in relationships include, but are not limited to: one, lack of emotional satisfaction; two, poor communication; three, opportunity to cheat; four, dissatisfaction; five, lack of intimacy; and six, alcohol and drug abuse can create reasons for infidelity. So let us remember again, guys, if you take away nothing else, if you're getting ready to get married, if you are, a lot of us young ladies, we approach men and we think that it's okay to tell them, well, I want to go to church, I want to be baptized. And so you use that to make them get married to you. Remember, marriage is a holy thing. It's nothing to play with. So when you plan to go in there, don't use these things. Some of you lie and saying, "Oh, I'm pregnant," or this and that, and you have the men doing, and then it creates a bad start, because when things are found out, then people are hateful, and you cannot coexist in a peaceful manner. So, as I said, the first thing you do, pray about it. You find somebody you're interested in, you're having good conversations, you see the behaviors of the person, they show kindness, they speak respectfully, they appreciate you for who you are, and you likewise appreciate them. You like to, you like things about them. Don't talk about, "I like how you walk. Oh boy, you look so nice." Those are garbage. Because when you can't walk anymore and all of that, what's going to happen? The love is gone. When you can look nice and look, when the gravity start pulling and things start falling down, what's going to happen? The love is going to disappear. So don't get caught up with those kind of fluff. It's garbage. People should appreciate people for how they treat others, for how they treat you, for how they speak to you with respect and kindness. Those are the attributes that you should look for, and just pray to God and ask Him to guide. Don't you jump in there by yourselves and think you can do it all by yourself. No, just get Him involved in there. And so when things become, even if it gets a little rocky, believe me, if Christ is in the vessel, you're going to smile at the storm. So make sure you include Him in your life, and so that you can build and you can be successful in your relationships. Again, people do change, but a lot of times people do not run away from good. If there is good, if there's kindness, if there are those things involved, if we're listening to one another, if we are meeting each other halfway, even though some parts of it are not there, but the parts that are there are solid, they're firm, and so you can continue onward and upward in your relationship. So tonight, that was what I had to offer. If you have any questions, please put it in the comment. I think I missed a page. I don't know where it is, but but for the most part, guys, I from what I looked up, I looked at some of the Bible verses, and I wanted to include that Christ wants marriages to be a sanctified thing. It's not a joke. It should not be a joke. So he says, "What God has joined together, let no man put asunder." We shouldn't carry news to people's husbands or wives and tell stories and create a bad situation, because a lot of times people are not able to defend themselves. And because of that, it creates doubt. It creates all sorts of problems that are totally unnecessary. A lot of people who are out on the outs, and they're jealous of what's going on, and they feel like, "Oh, look at you, you have that the good man there, me there, and have nobody." And they will create situations where all of a sudden there are pushings and pulls. But understand this, that you might create a, um, a bad situation in somebody's life and thinking that John Brown is a nice person, you see, without understanding that maybe the reason the marriage works so well is because the woman learns to pacify things, learns to just work hard to make things work. So sometimes what you see and what you're trying to envy and think if you get it, it's going to be good for you, you'll find out that no, it's good for her because she makes it work. So let us pray for people and let us support and encourage. Let's not become mean spirited and create um, put stumbling blocks in people's ways. Let us learn to lift up and not tear down. Welcome, welcome, everybody who came in. Little J, drop your link, please. Also, if you could get a chance, Joshua, if you could drop some links to me, please. Little J, drop your link. I see Faith Movement with Yvette. If we could just drop the links, please, I would appreciate it. Life with Bev Brown is she here? I didn't see her. I saw my sister Ernestine. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I tried to be a little bit earlier, so that um, so that I wouldn't keep you up. So blessings to you, my dear. Blessings and welcome. Thanks for joining. Thanks to everyone who came in. Remember to like the live, people. We're getting there. We're growing little by little, and we're thankful for that. Thank you, Joshua, for being here with me from the beginning. See that you're still here. So if you could drop some links for me, please. Little J, please, if you're still here. And know that you dropped in for a minute. I don't know if you got to stay. Sometimes it's just the mindset. That is so right. And peer pressure. Yep, that is so right. Communication is key. Yvette, communication is key. Too many times we hold things in. Something happens, and just to talk about it. Because I always tell people, don't be afraid to talk about everything and anything. There shouldn't be anything that you're afraid to talk to as adults. Just talk about it. People don't need to be shy and, oh, I don't. You have to speak. Because if I don't know that this bothers you, I'm going to keep on doing it. But when we speak about things and you know what bothers me and I know what bothers you, we have a chance for a better relationship. And communication is not just talking at people, but talking to people, talking with people. Because sometimes we just talk at people and we just feel like what I say, you hear me done, and. But it is talking to somebody and talking with them. So both of you are having good conversation. Yes, that is true. People don't talk. Well, thank you, my son. Thank you, Chris. Godly Gill. Yes, I know you do, son. I'm so proud. I have to say, sometimes people hear me talk about you guys and they might, oh my God. But it's what it is. I have to speak the truth of how you guys turned out, and knowing that I raised you by myself. And even for you, son, I sometimes used to be a little worried, like, you know, will he be a good husband? Because I didn't, I didn't, but you did so well. Oh my God. Thank you, son. Thank you so, so much. Grayson and Gia. Oh my goodness. My son, they need to say hi more often, right? Thank you, son. I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate you and your sisters and Sheree. I am blessed. I am really blessed. So thank you for hopping in tonight and blessing your mommy. And as I say to you often, you know that I say it. I thank you for treating Sheree the way you do, treating her well. I thank you for even during the pregnancies, how you respected her. And I would ask her, is he stressing you out, Sheree? And she'd say, no, Miss Beverly, he's treating me well. So that makes me feel good because, it wasn't easy raising you guys, but you have done well and you have made me proud. Christopher, my sister Ernestine says, love to Grayson and Gia. She's always praying you guys up, always praying you guys up and sending blessings. And I thank her kindly. Thank you, Miss. Thank you, Yvette. Thank you so much. Yes, I really have to give God. It's just God. I take no credit because sometimes when it was hard, and these kids never, they were always there, just, mommy, it's okay, mommy, it's okay, and just to see how we went through it, and they never blamed me. They always thanked me for being the mother I have been for them. So when you guys hear me talk about them, don't feel bad and don't think I'm bragging, or I'm just thankful to God. And then that's why I always talk about them. I am grateful to God. My little sister, you're here. Good evening, good evening. It's so great to see you. Thank you. Yeah, it's Gia. It's Gia, yeah. It's Gia, sis. I know, sis. I know it's not easy, but thank you for jumping in, even if it's a few minutes. It was Wednesdays. I had thought about Wednesdays, but Wednesdays you have people who are going to prayer meetings and stuff like that, so they don't get to join. And so I changed it to Thursdays. So once every week I want to go live. I don't know what topic we want to talk about. If there's a topic you'd like me to talk about for the next one, for next week, then just leave it in the comment for me so that I can do some read up and some research on it and see how it connects to something from the Bible, if it does. So please, if you have an idea, um, then please leave a comment there for me so I can start looking. So soon, congratulations will be in order for Miss Ruby. She'll be getting married on Saturday. So prayers up for them. And as I said, tonight's topic was, she requested something on infidelity. And so I'm hoping that something I've said will support her on this new journey. And as I said, marriages, relationships, it's three of us, it's three people. It's you, your spouse, and God. Always ask Him for a companion. Don't just pick up people because they look good or they drive a nice car they have. It's better for both of you to build than for you to just look at what people have and want to be in it, because times will come when things are not so good. And so you don't want to have to start over when you are too old to do so. So remember, good communication is great. Yes, thank you, sis. I hope that she'll watch this. She won't have her phone until tomorrow, I think, so she'll get to watch the replay. It was just great to hang out with you guys. I want to just before we go, I want you to, this is something that has been working. This dress, I was going to show you guys the label that this is a size 22. And if you see how nicely it fits on me all the way up. So this is something new that I learned from the Jay Jordan. He does a lot of exercises, push-ups. Each month he's doing something. And one of the things that I learned, and this really is a good thing, you feel the burn, and it is just to, you clap 40 times in front of you. And you can feel it in the arms, you can feel it. And then you go up and you clap 40 times. Now, for me, I am so thankful because I remember when I had my shoulder, when the rotator cuffs were torn, and I couldn't even lift my shoulders up. And now I can go up. So if you do 20 front and 20 up, you're gonna feel the burn. And if you do that as often as you can, it will help. It will help. Thank you, son. Yes. Blessings and prayers to them. Yes, Miss Sister Ernestine. Congrats. Yes. And Mr. Marlon. Yes. So I'm hoping they promise to send me a picture so I can post it on the community page so that we can wish them well. There's somebody out there for every one of us. I mean, my granny always said, every old hoe have them stick a bush. And let me tell you, sometimes you might think time is running out, but in God's time, if you trust Him and believe in Him, something you just pray and the thoughts come to you and say, you know, God, I'd like somebody who can play the guitar or can sing so we can sing together and we can, and you just leave it there. And eventually you see that God creates that person who, when they come into your life, it's the right time. And you grow old together and it's okay. You can laugh at one another. You can some little things that would have bothered you if you were young and busy rushing here, rushing there. Now all of a sudden you just find it funny. And you can just go on and coexist together in a good way. Sometimes when we're busy, we have jobs and we're running. God knows we can take care of a family the way we should. He knows you get home and you work 5 days and you're rushing, and then on the weekend you go to church, you come home, you have no time to really take care of somebody. But then the time comes when you slow things down and you can cook a meal and you can sit and enjoy the meal together, and you can go out and walk. You go into the store, both of you can walk to the shop together, or you can ask them to go. I couldn't tell last I go to the supermarket because Danny just goes. And I'm so grateful for that. He just goes. He doesn't fuss. He just doesn't. He just goes and he shops and he comes back with good things. So there's no perfection, but we learn how to cope, how to do what we need to do in a good way. Yes, and you've been here, sister. You see, he cooks before he goes to work. He shops. He does what he needs to do. I will order the bulk goods and they deliver it. But the other stuff, he goes and he buys meat. He buys everything, and he knows the little things I like. And you look, and he'll buy a little this, a little that, because he knows that's what I like. So I'm have to give God thanks again. No perfection, no perfection. But I give God thanks because when He puts people in your life, He put them in there for a reason. So it is so nice that all of you decide to join me tonight. I so appreciate you. And I just hope that something I said will make sense, that we will learn to communicate. Let's not take our business and run out there to friends, because friends are jealous of what you have, especially if they don't have what you have. Don't think they're happy for you. And so they're happy to listen to you and then to say, tell you, and this and that and whatnot, and they have the negatives to say. You don't want people, like they said, goat mouth is not a good thing. So I don't know when people wash them out on you, on you, right? Um, so just keep it with you and your partner. There are times when you have to speak to somebody, but you be selective whom you ask God to be that listening ear for you. And sometimes they will listen, they cast no judgment, and they just understand you just need to speak. And so that's how life is. Hey, little sis, good morning, good evening, blessings. Thanks for coming in. Thank you for coming, Miss Catherine. Live with Bev Brown, I see you. I'm not sure if Little J plays, but oh boy, they don't know how to drop the links. But Bev Brown, you have to learn because you're a moderator. You can drop the links. Um, I'm not sure if Tyrion can drop any links for me. Life with Bev Brown is here. Um, Yvette is here. Faith is here. Little J Plays was here. If those links could be dropped, it would be nice so they get some support. Blessings, Bev Brown. Blessings. Thank you for coming in. Today wasn't a bad day. There's no perfection, Bev Brown, and yes, Terry, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. I see him get up every morning out of his warm bed to take me to work, and who could have asked for more than that? I mean, I have the vehicle park up there. I could try to get to work in it, but as I said, I'm afraid to drive. I have my license for over long years, but just never drive. And so the vehicle is there, but he doesn't look at it to say, oh, you need to be able to get. Nope. He gets up in the mornings. I leave here by 8 o'clock. Before 8, I need to get to work at 8:05. And he gets up out his warm bed and he takes me to work. What he does when he comes back, probably goes back to sleep. I don't know. But it gets me to work. So I'm grateful for those things. I didn't have to. I could have used an Uber. I could walk. I could, practice and use my own truck and get there. But he says it's okay and he takes me. So I'm thankful for those things. Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much. Thank you, little sis. Thank all of you for your support. Thanks to my son for my big super chat from the grandkids. I thank you. It's totally appreciate. Thank you, Terry, and thank you. And what's wrong with these glasses? So Life with Bev Brown. Guys, if you have, hey, JS, big up family. And most importantly, most importantly, cut up color. Joe, cut up color. Oh my God. Godly Gill. I don't forget. Corned beef. Well, Godly Gill, Master Christopher, I did get a text from your family today. So we'll see. Cut up callaloo. Jody, cut up callaloo is in the freezer, yes. I thank you guys for coming out tonight. Karen, listen to your niece and nephew. Cut up callaloo and corned beef and rice. What about oxtail and fried fish and some jerk chicken? Oh my Jody, thank you, Joe. Oh my God, my kids tonight. Thank you, my children. Oh my God. Thank you for coming in. I know you guys have to work and you're tired, but I thank all of you who made it possible to be here with me. Please like up the live, Joe. Please smash that like button. Thank you so much. What a blessing. What a blessing. Thank you so much. And because, oh my goodness, these children. Thank you, guys. I totally appreciate it. Thank you. Blessings. That's right, Sister Ernestine. That's right. These kids. Oh, Jet, welcome, Jet. Good night, Jet. Good night. Yes, you made it on the live, Jet. We're still here chatting. Tonight we talked about infidelities, and I know you will do the replay, and leave your comment if you want to. And Again, guys, if you have a topic you want me to go do some look up on and present, then I will do that for our next live next week. Same time, same place, as long as God give me the strength and the breath. So I like these. I like the opportunity to do a research on something and then come and talk to you guys about it instead of just coming on and say, "Hey, what's up?" And this is more meaningful. I like it. Yeah. Thanks, Bev Brown. Bev Brown is saying hi to Jet and also to, oh my God, Miss Ernestine, my you guys have to know that Miss Ernestine, my sister, she is now the assistant director for the soup kitchen. I tell you, we started out and a mother of I tell you, guys, just lift them up in prayer. Lift up Leeds UK in prayer because they have really gone above and beyond. And again, we're hoping to start cooking. Bev Brown, are we going to cook this Sunday? I think this Sunday we can start cooking Bev Brown. So you just need a cylinder of gas and to get some stuff and do a nice Sunday dinner. I think we can open this week. God bless you, my children. God bless you. God bless you. And as Granny always said, may your store baskets never be empty. May your children never beg bread. And may you guys never, ever have to beg bread because God will always provide opening doors for you guys. Always. So thank you, guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your kindness. Oh, thank you, Christopher. Thank you. Yes. Thank them for all that they do. Thank everybody. But thank them because they have really gone above and beyond. Bev Brown does all that cooking and we're hoping to start again. Um, Water is in the house. The tank is set up so that it will get rain. And Bev Brown is going to do a video of the whole thing now, what it looks like. Joe, thank you so, so much for that donation that we paid the guy. Thanks to Miss Ernestine, my sister Ernestine. Thank you guys for all of your donations that were able to pay off Gully. It was a pretty penny, but we got it done. And he left somebody there to do some work. It's not a lot of work. So I told Bev Brown I'll take care of that on Friday because we do have donations from the UK that I'll be able to send down just to pay that guy and to get the cylinder of gas and get some groceries to cook on Sunday. Right, Bev Brown, we ready for Sunday? Bev Brown, are you gone? Where are you? That I think we are ready for Sunday. I did talk with her. He's Christopher is Chris Godly Gill, yes. Are you ready for Sunday? Just tell us a yes, Bev, if you're ready to cook for Sunday. So we're looking forward though that she'll be up and running. One little thing is left to be done, and as I said, it's not too much, but that's not going to stop us from cooking because everything is usable right now. So thank you guys. Thank you all for prayers and support, financial support, and more financial support, and more financial support. I thank all of you. We made a little, we did our GoFundMe. We asked for not too much, and God blessed it and made it overflow. And so I have to let you guys know, if you have an idea, and it is a good idea that will help somebody in need, don't be afraid to ask God to guide. Put it out there and just watch God make it work for you. There are days when I felt like we wouldn't be finished. And I remember my sister Ernestine, she said, Sister Bev, it's gonna get done. It's gonna be done. And little by little, and I get hope, and I get the wind beneath my wings, and I am happy for the outcome. Oh, so next week Sunday. All right, then, Bev Brown. Next week Sunday, then that's it, guys. So next week Sunday, you'll see a video of. It's unfortunate Bev Brown doesn't know how to go live yet. She has to wait to get to 1,000. But I think she could go live. But you will see videos because she will send me a video and I'll upload it and post it for you guys of our kitchen up and running. And my little Kay from the UK, she sent us the blessing thing to go down. I know Miss Ruby went down, but by the time I thought about giving her those things to Bev Brown, she was already too packed. But I think we'll take a trip down. I think the kids and myself probably take a trip down there. Otherwise, I'll see how I get the plaque to go in the kitchen because she made it specifically for the blessing soup kitchen. So I want it to be there and to be hanged in the kitchen. So God bless all of you. My children, God bless you. $150. What a blessing. Didn't expect it. But thank you guys, and thanks for appreciating what I do. Um, okay, peace out, Bev Brown said that. Yes, guys, if you haven't subscribed to her channel, go over there. She's growing little by little. And I know by God's grace, she has come a long way. And I know that in time, God is going to just pick her up and put her over the top so that it will make a little difference for her. It's hard work once you get there, Bev Brown, because you got to keep putting out the videos and still have to get the views. But I know you are up to it. So I hope everybody had a great day and pray that God will open doors for you guys and just bless you where you need to be blessed. He knows all your needs, and we know that He finds a way and He'll find a person or people who will be able to help you to make those needs be satisfied. Um, so we're here 1 hour plus. We still have 9 people hanging out with me. What a blessing. Such a blessing. I know the UK should be ready for bed. Bev Brown, I'm going to call you when I get off, so don't go to sleep. I don't even know who else is here. Who made 9? Is Judy here? Is the other JS here? But this is so refreshingly good. Thanks to all of you who joined. Those of you who haven't spoken in the chat, but you have joined and support. And I just wish and hope for you all that is beautiful. And even if there are little thorns, then I pray that you will manage them and get them out of the garden. So yesterday, as I told you guys, I was off yesterday. I did a video yesterday, sent it to the director. So I felt so good this morning. I went to the principal. He says, I like it. I like what you're doing. Because I sent them a link. I sent them the link to the video. And then the director emailed me and he says, I'm going on vacation, Beverly. It's always good to hear from you. When I return, I definitely will be coming up to sit and let's talk these philosophical things. But it's just the reality of it, that the kids are not retaining as much as they should. They're not retaining a thing. And when I saw the test, it really hit me hard because we did so much and they were so excited. We did so much. They did work that I graded and they did well. And when the test results came back, I said, something has to be wrong. So when I spoke to them, each different group that came in today, and I said, what happened? Because in each group, I have about 4 kids who I was hopeful for. And I know the others would have done something, but those kids I knew showed that they understood well. And they said, all groups of them said some of the questions were complicated. And it's just the reality of it that it's tough. Reading and math are buddies. They have to be buddies because otherwise there'll be a lot of complications. But I also think that the kids, as my daughter said, and we had the conversation yesterday morning because I got up and I said, I just couldn't. And she mentioned about the artificial intelligences. And of course, years ago, kids used to have to know their timetables. Now, no matter you ask them, no matter how you beg them, no matter what strategies you give, they're just not following through because they know they could take out their phone, click, click, click. Here comes the answers are there. Um, so much is going on now that everything is just an app away, just an app away. And so the kids are not doing as well as they should. So I don't know. I just don't know. But we have to make some changes in order to keep up. Otherwise, I really don't know. But I was happy that they responded and in a positive way. I know my coach, he reached out and he says, oh, when he comes on, I think Monday we're in school, but Tuesday we'll be off because of election. But that we'll sit and look at. But it's not about looking at the data. I see the data, I understand it, but I just don't know what needs to be done in order to get the kids understanding and retaining that that they need to be able to conceptualize these skills that they're learning. So when they throw them in these big stories, they're able to find the operation to solve the problem and find the quantities that are placed there for them to solve. That's what the problem is. They don't know how. And so we're hoping for better. Right, sis. Um, all right, son. Good night. Good night. Love to the family. Love to the family. Um, problem solving is, yes, it is. It is, sis. It is such a big problem. And you're doing it in the class and you're modeling for them, but you're also giving them examples or giving them work to do on their own, where you release work to them, and they are doing the work. But when they get it in an exam setting, then all of a sudden it's like they're not applying what they learn. Like even a couple of kids that couple kids who were there, I'm walking around and the kids are there, and I say to them, I have a whole anchor chart with test taking strategies. And the first thing I say, when you go to take the test, if you don't understand something, just keep going. Go on, because there might be easier problems as you go. And my goodness, there were a couple of kids just sitting there, couldn't do number one, and just sat there. And I said, what did we talk about in class? I said, if you cannot manage your 15 minutes sitting on one problem, have you forgotten that that there are problems here you might be able to do? So you might get 3 right instead of getting 0. So I don't know what it is that they cannot retain. They cannot, if you give them the strategies and then they walk through the door and the strategies are left in the room and they're gone ahead without them. I don't know. And these strategies are in there for months now. It's tough. And I have no answers. Yep, they cannot decipher the questions, sis. Thank you for blessings on them, sister. Mr. Davis, good night. Oh my golly, thank you. I couldn't come to work yesterday, Mr. Davis. Thank you for joining. Thank you for supporting, sir. Guys, say thank you. That's one of our donors too, to the Blessing Soup Kitchen. And I'm sure he's watching the videos and see that the soup kitchen has now been like working, waters in it, everything. The only thing we have left is to paint it, but we're going to start cooking next Sunday again, sir. But yes, I couldn't come in yesterday, Mr. Davis, because I just I just couldn't understand it. One student had an 83, and I have a few who had like a 50 something and a 61, but one student had an 83. One student. And so I am asking them, from today when I went back, I said, guys, honestly, I just didn't know how to accept the outcome because we have done so much. And so, oh, thank you. Thank you, Tarian. Yeah. So, Mr. Davis, I did a video yesterday. I don't know if you saw that video with the AI, artificial intelligence thing, and I sent it I sent it to the principal, and I sent it to Mr. to the director, and I also included the principal, Mr. Neil, and the coach on it. So they all responded. Mr. Neil today was he was so he says he loves what I'm doing. He says, "Wow." And so, um, Mr. Carolo did say he's going out for next week, I think a week. And then when he comes back, he's going to come to our school and sit and have a conversation. So I really want to have some children involved, like let them tell them what it was that made it difficult for them. What? Are you serious, Mr. Davis? Boy, I tell you, it was something is wrong. It cannot just be, and this is what I said in the video. I said, I am sure when I looked at the district score and I didn't see like a lot of greens, they were almost like my scores. And I'm saying, you telling me that all of us teachers are not capable to teach the math? I said, nope, can't be. It has to be something that they need to change so that these children can be more successful. So he thinks that we're going to talk philosophical. I don't know. I just want them to change the curriculum, to do not even change it, but to do something so the kids can be successful. You're assessing them, and it's not working, so do something differently. Because the kids were frustrated too, because they were like, I know that I understood how to divide fractions, and how to multiply mixed numbers and divide mixed numbers. They know those skills well. They know how to use the power of 10 to divide decimals. And last lessons we did, and all of the other things we did, integers, all of that. And yet they said the questions were complicated. But we're doing our best, 21%. Then I should feel good. I should feel good because we did more than 21%. But I didn't feel good at all. I was looking for better. I wanted to see 10 students in green because they were capable. But that's how it is, my family. It's thank you so much, Mr. Davis. Yes, thank you. He is just an awesome person at our school. Totally awesome. A humble human being filled with kindness. And so I am thankful to have so many of you who I, who are just here. Very good, Mr. Davis. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great night and just rest well. And we'll see you next week, I think, on Monday. All the best. Love to Maya and your wife. So, my family, thank you for staying here with me. Good night to everybody now. And thank you so, so much, Terry, for dropping the links for me. Um, they're not practicing Terry, but they don't know how to practice. They don't know. Um, Parents, like the one parent reached out to me last night, like we actually reached out to the principal to say her daughter comes home with a folder and the math was fifth grade math and da 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 da. And then today come to find out when I was doing something and the poor kid is no like I'm like I thought your mom the way she was saying they're big on education that the kid would have been even taking the notes or doing something. And I'm like, this one after she just came, not yesterday, I wasn't there yesterday. She came on Tuesday. She came on Monday. We tested Tuesday. I was out yesterday. And come to find out, all the mother would, and so she said she doesn't understand the math, but she'll get a tutor for her. And she definitely will have to get a tutor because the kid is not ready. But I will work with them. But going home to get support, it's not there. Once they leave the classroom, they leave all the math in the classroom. They don't take a thing with them out there. They just don't. So it is tough. Good night, my sister Karen. Good night, my dear. Take good care. Right. Thank you, my moderators. Thank you for talking for me while I do the presentation. And thank you so much for all you do for this channel. Great to see your faces. And I'm going to say good night. We have 11 likes. Um, Thank you so much. I'm happy to see your face. I'm happy to see you, Terry. And thank you, my little sister. Thank you. Thanks to all who joined and make it a great night. Remember, say your prayers. Keep your hands in the hands of that man who stills the waters. I'm telling you, no matter how rocky it gets, but he is there. Don't forget to ask him to guide, please, because I tell you, I have many testimonies that I could share of how many times he came through for me. And I know if he did for me, he'll do for you as well. So be not dismayed, whatever betides. God will take care of you and everybody. Good night, my friends. Good night, my powerful friends.